Hey guys, I've got an idea for a video here which is a bit different. It's a video that's meant to be aimed at teachers, not so much at students. And the goal here is to demonstrate to the teachers how you could go about recording screen recording or recording video like I am now on your computer and uploading it to YouTube for use on Canvas or whatever learning management system you have, which could assist with online learning and preparing material for students in advance, or preparing material that can be shared across many classes with other teachers, whatever. So there are a number of different ways that we can do this, and I want to show you a couple of different things. The first thing I want to show you is a screen recording or an app recording software which is built into Windows, and it means you don't need to have anything installed. And the next one I want to show you is a method of screen recording whatever's happening on your computer with a little thumbnail of your webcam or a full screen webcam like what I've got going now, to record video and gives you a bit more control. And then I want to show you how easy it is to upload that to your to a YouTube account with your Department of Education Google login, and how easy that is to do, and then also to take that YouTube video and embed it on Canvas. So I want to show you how that is. I'm going to switch now to a screen recording thing, and I'm going to show you hopefully how to set these up. Now the first thing that I was talking about is a software that's built into Windows 10. It's called Microsoft Xbox Game Bar, obviously initially designed for gaming, and it has a screen recording functionality built into it. It doesn't, however, to my understanding, record your entire computer screen. It's made to be able to record a specific app or program. So for example, if I was in Microsoft Word and I was teaching the students how to do whatever it was, perhaps I was making a table and I was going to teach them about how to make a time management plan, or whatever, I don't know, whatever it is that you want to teach them, it will screen record whatever's going on in here. Or you might, I don't know, you might have Microsoft Whiteboard, and you could use this to screen record Microsoft Whiteboard and write some mathematical equations that you're trying to teach them and screen record this. Or for I had a similar thing where I had some students in an electronics class who didn't understand how to use the software that I had given them to do the task that I had set, so I was able to screen record this piece of software and demonstrate where to click and what to do. So that's useful in that case. So how do we do that? Well, what you can do, and I have also learned through testing here that when I actually do this right now while I'm recording my screen, funnily enough, even though the system that I'm using records whatever is on my screen, it doesn't record the Microsoft Game Bar user interface that pops up. So I'll try and explain it really well so that if you on your computer right now press the same keyboard shortcuts, it will pop up on your screen, and you'll be able to see and understand what I'm saying by looking at your user interface. So if on your computer right now, assuming it's Windows 10, you press the Windows key on your keyboard and hit G, an interface will pop up. This is called Microsoft Xbox Game Bar. Up the top left hand side about here, you should see a small box that says Capture, and right now on my computer I don't have any programs selected or whatever, so I can't hit the record button, is grayed out. But if I was to drag across this web browser, for example, and then do Windows G, I'll now have a thing here. This says New Tab, Google Chrome, and if I hit record, it's going to start recording whatever I'm doing within that window. So if I press that, now my user interface for Xbox Game Bar has gone, and I can do whatever I want here within Google, or within this browser, and it's going to start to record whatever this is. If I wanted to now, if you wanted to record that whiteboard, Microsoft Whiteboard, you would have chosen in that last screen, you'd have to choose the relevant app and hit record. And then up the top right over here somewhere, you should have a little pop-up where you can press a blue stop button to stop that recording. Now, once you've done that, and where does that video go? If you open up your Explorer, your File Explorer, and you navigate to this PC, it should go to Videos, Captures, and it should be in here. So this is this one I just did, New Tab, Google Chrome, that I pressed a moment ago. If I open that, you can see this is what I just did on my screen a second ago. This is the video that I've recorded playing. The downside to this is it doesn't record microphone audio, and I don't have a webcam set up, so I can't kind of explain stuff at the same time. So let's say you wanted to record what you're doing on your screen and you wanted to be able to talk to students through it. You wanted to give them a software tutorial or show them how to use something. The piece of software that I've been using here is OBS Studio, which is a free one. I believe this stands for Open Broadcast Studio. Now, I'm using it right now on my other screen to record this video, so when I open this up again, it might act a bit funny, but we'll see how we go. That won't pop up. That's because I'm opening a second copy. So here's the piece of software. I want to show you now quickly how to set this up. It's actually really easy. Down the bottom here, you won't have anything in this scenes box. I've got these two. Those are the ones that I'm using right now, and I've set that up. I've set up this one to just be a full screen of my face. So if I go back on my other screen to OBS and click that, there I am in full screen. And you remember a moment ago, the one underneath this said screen share. If I click on that, so I just clicked on this one, and it's opened up. It's swapped you back to a screen recording with my face down the bottom. So how do we set that up? Well, we can make a new scene and just call this something like full screen webcam, assuming you've either got a separate webcam plugged into your computer or you've got a laptop with a camera up the top of your monitor. You'll be able to use that. So click OK, and now you need to tell it what are the recording sources in this scene. So here are some examples. This is where we can set that. We're going to go plus. We're going to choose, in this case, I want to full screen my webcam. I'm going to choose video capture device. If you haven't done this before, you might need to make a new one. I've already done it, so I'm going to choose the existing camera that I've already set up and just hit OK. And now, okay, this is not going to show you my face here right now because I'm doing it. It's my second version of OBS that's running. But what you should see here now is your face, and you'll be able to click that, drag that red box to maximize and fill this screen, and there's your full screen scene set up. And the second one that I want is to be able to, I want another scene here, which is to screen record with a little camera down the bottom. So I'm going to add a second scene. I'm going to call this screen share with webcam. And now over here, I want to add display capture that will capture your display. I'm going to add the existing monitor that I've set up. If you haven't done it before, you'll just need to create a new and call it a name and then hit OK. So here I can see it's giving me my desktop. It's showing me what it's going to record, and I want to add a second recording device, which is that video capture, my webcam. And again, I can't manipulate this because it's my second version of OBS that I've got open and it stuffs up, but I would just shrink that red box of that webcam footage down, and I would put it down here somewhere in the bottom corner. You could just click and drag it to wherever you want. Then all you have to do is click here to swap between the scenes. So on my other screen, I've got this same OBS thing open again, which is the one that I'm using right now to record this. And if I click on scene, it will just automatically change me to a full screen of my webcam. And if I click on, well, screen share is the one that I'm running right now, and that's it. The only other thing that you should pay attention to is this here. The bottom one is the microphone, is the audio that's being recorded through your microphone, and you can adjust the input volume level of your microphone here. Or you could mute your microphone so that it doesn't record through your microphone. And this top one is desktop audio. So this will record any sound that would normally come out of your speakers. So if you had Spotify or YouTube open, for example, and were playing a song that you can hear out of the speakers of your laptop, it will record that audio as an input on the video. So you've got to be careful there, because if you're doing some work and recording a video for students and you've got Spotify open in the background listening to your favorite song, and it's recording that and you didn't realize, and then you go and upload this video to YouTube, you'll get pinned for copyright. So unless you sort of know what you're doing and you want that on for a particular reason, I would suggest clicking this little speaker in order to mute that. So it'll normally, I think when you start OBS for the first time, it'll be this. You just click on that to mute desktop audio, and that'll do it. You can play around here with the default settings for transitions to do other stuff, but I've just left it as the default. So when I change from scene to screen share, which I'll do now again as an example, you'll see what the default transition settings do. So when I, on my other screen, click on scene, it does that. You get a quick fade from my screen share to my full face webcam. And when I click on screen share again, you get it it does that fade transition again. So then the only other thing that you need to notice is over here you've got a button that says start recording. That's all you have to do to record a video. If you wanted to set up live stream stuff, you could, but in our context of teaching, if you were going to be live streaming it, you'd be doing it probably through Zoom or Microsoft Teams anyway. So in this context, what we would be doing is hitting start recording to record a video. I'm not going to press that there because I've done it on my other one. In fact, if I drag over, this is the one that I'm actually using right now, and you can see it currently says stop, and it gives me an ongoing record time down here. So I've been going for 9 minutes 50, and if I was to hit stop, it would stop my video. So you'd hit start, and then you could go and open up whatever it is that you're doing. Open up your web browser, open up your whiteboard, open up your Microsoft Word document, and you can see what you're doing. Sorry, it's recording your screen, and you've got a face down the bottom, which makes it a little bit more interactive, and so on. And you can hear your microphone over the top, so it's easy to really explain stuff and record things and whatever. And then all you'd need to do when you're finished is come back to your OBS screen and hit stop. Now, where does that footage go? The same place as the Windows game bar thing, I believe, is the default. You can change that in the settings thing on OBS, but the default is this PC, videos, captures, and here's the first video I made a few weeks ago. You can see is saved there. I believe the default video format is a .mkv. You don't need to worry about video formats. You don't need to do any editing in any post-processing software. You can just dump that MKV file straight onto YouTube and it will work. So how do we do that with your Department of Education thing? Now, if I open a browser, I've already got this logged in to my school@education.nsw.gov.au thing. Let's say I was logged in here in my private email. So this is my private email, and I went to YouTube. That's my private Gmail account, and if I upload videos to YouTube while I'm logged in to my private thing, that's fine. It just means you're uploading them to your private account. Whereas if you want it to be uploaded onto your school account, you need to click on here and change. Mine's already there. If yours is not, you might need to go add and log in, and then it will prompt you. It'll take you to Portal and get you to log in with your school details. But if you've got your icon there to indicate that you're in your school email and you click on that, you can see your school email. You're ready to go. So while I'm at that point, I'm just going to come to YouTube. So I'll just quickly Google YouTube, come to youtube.com, and you can see this. When you go create upload video, if you've never done this before, it'll get you to enter a name for your channel and a thumbnail. You can just ignore the thumbnail, ignore the display picture thing, and just call it, Mr. Kennedy's videos or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then once you've done that, then all you have to do is press that little plus camera and hit add video. And now we want to drag our video here or click on select files and browse for it. So if I open up a file explorer, I can go this PC, videos, captures, find the one that I just recorded. So in my case, I've got them saving elsewhere. So here's all the MKV files that I've been saving. Let me just change it to what it should look like for you. So here's the default. Here's all the MKV files that I've been recording over the last little while. You just grab one of those and drag it straight to there. You just give it a second to think, and now this is it's uploading, and while it's uploading we can do some other stuff. So you could give it a name. You could call this Introduction to, I don't know, software, whatever it is, and you can give yourself a little explanation of what's happening. This video teaches students how to do whatever, and then you can upload a thumbnail that you've created in another program, or if you wait until your video is finished uploading and then finished processing, it'll suggest some auto-generated thumbnails which you could choose that are just based off the content of your video. And then you need to choose if you want it in a playlist. So if you've got a bunch of videos, you could organize them into playlists, or you can just ignore it, doesn't matter. And you need to say whether this should be whether this is a YouTube Kids thing or not. So if it's not made for kids, and it doesn't mean kids, high school students, it means small children. So you could just hit no or yes as appropriate. Hit next. Hit next. You can read through that stuff and do it carefully if you want or not. And on this screen, you want to choose whether you want to publish this as a private video, which means basically only you and specific people who you enter their email address or their login details here can view it. So it's a very private, locked down video. You could set it to unlisted, which means that if you give someone the link, they can access it. Now that might be good for you if you're a teacher and you only want your class to see a video. You could make it unlisted, get the link and give it to your class another way. You could email it to them, stick it on Canvas, whatever it is, and if they've got the URL, they can watch the video, but no one will be able to search on YouTube for that and find it any other way. Or you could choose public, which it'll just be added to YouTube like any other video, and people could go and search for it and find it on the normal list of YouTube videos. So assuming that's what I want, I'm just going to hit publish, give that a second, and that's it. Now, I'm not going to keep this video here long term, but the next thing I want to show you is how you can take that and get it added onto Canvas. So I'm just going to open up another web browser here, the way that I normally log into Canvas. So here's my web browser with Canvas open, and let's say I've just made a video that I want to upload to my electronics class, and it's embedded on a page for them to see really easily. So if I come to Canvas and I make a new page really quickly, just as an example here. So I call this test video page. Now, a while ago Canvas had a button, a YouTube button here, and you could just click that and paste a URL and it would embed the video there. Now what you need to do is you actually need to sort of, I don't know why they did this and why they've changed this. It does give you a little bit more control though, so I suppose that's why. If you go insert, you can choose media and upload a video straight to your Canvas page, but then it takes into your Canvas file size limit, and it also means that it's not on YouTube, which you may want for another reason. So what we can do now is go embed, and you have to put a code here. Now don't freak out at the word code, it's really easy. YouTube gives it to you. So if you come here and you find your video, so if I was to basically click on this video view on YouTube, here's my video on YouTube, what it would look like. Once it's finished processing, this would load up the video. You can see there's my title, there's my description. All you need to do is click on share and then click on embed, and here's the code. So you click on that, you don't need to understand it or read it, and you click copy, come back to Canvas, click in here and paste it. So I've just right clicked, paste, and then hit submit. Now there's my video on this page. If I go save and publish, I'll delete this again in a minute for the kids so they don't see it, but if I go to student view, this is what the students would see. There's your YouTube video embedded on your Canvas page. Students could hit play to view it there, or they could click on the title to open that in YouTube in another window and watch your video there. And that's it. So hopefully that helps. That's how you guys could record an app using Microsoft Game Bar. You could record your screen and your webcam using OBS, and I showed you hopefully how to set that up. How to upload a video to YouTube, specifically to your school email address, your school email YouTube account, if that makes sense. And then also how to embed that YouTube video onto a Canvas course. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions or you get stuck, feel free to get in touch with me somehow, and I'm happy to help you out. Good luck for online learning, and I hope everything goes all right. Bye.